Joining us now from Florida is talk show host and former Democratic mayor of Cincinnati and long-term friend of this show, Jerry Springer, the great man. There he is. So, Jerry, I've been reading and reading this story that Rachel Maddow broke on MSNBC last night, trying to find any evidence this is bad news for Donald Trump. It just seems to suggest that he earned a lot of money in 2005 and paid a lot of tax, more tax than your beloved Bernie Sanders, for example, has paid.
Yeah, I don't think what's been revealed so far means anything. But the fact that now, for the first time, people are going to take a look at his taxes, what's really important is not what he paid, it's all the attachments to the tax return, which show how he made his money, who he owes money to, who he's indebted to, what banks he loaned money from. Were they Russian banks? Does he owe big money to Russia, for example? Because the only issue is not that Donald Trump is a rich man. That's not a crime. What the issue is whether or not he has a conflict of interest, whether or not American policies will be influenced by his own financial interests. For example, let's have the immigration ban, but by the way, not in any country which has my hotels or my golf courses. In other words, there's a real question, particularly with the Russian connection, there's a real question about whether the decisions he makes are in the best interests of America or rather his own financial interests.
Well, but Jerry, one of the big things about his tax returns was whether he was being open about how much he was earning and whether he was paying his fair share. Now, he seems to be earning a huge amount of money in this particular year and paying a huge amount of tax. And, notwithstanding all of your questions about other ties, that in itself is a very positive headline, isn't it? I mean, Piers just a moment ago had mentioned
irrelevant.
these... Well,
it's
hang
irrelevant.
on a second, but it's not irrelevant to his base,
Everybody knows he's rich.
OK, well, except there were questions, weren't there, about his income? I mean, just pointing out these tweets from Donald Trump Jr. Hang on one second, Jerry. I just want to point out these tweets. Thank you, Rachel Maddow, for proving to your Trump-hating followers how successful real Donald Trump is, and he paid $40 million in taxes.
Donald Trump Jr., so Donald's son.
Well, first of all, it's a lower percentage than most people pay, but that doesn't matter. First of all, this is 2005. It's 12 years ago. What are his recent tax returns? But the point is, it's not whether or not he paid taxes. That's never been the issue. I mean, he says he pays taxes, probably does. And that year he did. That's not the issue. The issue is, how does he make his money? Who does he owe money to? Where are his loans? What are his business relationships?
OK, but Jerry...
That's what has to do with the security of America.
OK, but
not if he's a rich man. Kennedy was a rich man.
Right, but he's a billionaire. We know he's got global business interests. I interviewed him for GQ in 2008, and he openly talked of selling a house he bought in Florida, in Palm Beach, that he bought for $40 million to a Russian billionaire for $100 million. He was quite open about that. So we know that he's done business with Russia and Russians over things like property deals and stuff. Does his base, not the smart crowd in LA and New York, but does his base really give a stuff about any of that stuff? Is Trump...
No, his base... Oh, look. He can do anything in the world he wants. His base loves him. The problem is his base is not a majority of the country. And that, sure, his base is with him. The question is, what is best for America, and what do most of the American people want? Donald Trump works for us, the American people. He is an employee. And the American people want to see what his financial status is and what his arrangements are, financial arrangements, and whether or not they conflict with the best interests of America.
Okay.
Every president since Nixon has done that.
Okay.
He refuses to do that.
Okay.
So the question is, why? What is he hiding?